Hi, I'm Boikipu. This is gonna be my guide to team building in Draft League. This is for the beginner league mostly. I'm gonna be using their teams or two of their teams as an example. But I hope anyone watching this can take away something. Um, this is how I personally go about building a team. I'm not saying it's correct. I'm not saying it's the most efficient. It's just how I personally do things, and I hope I can show you something maybe you didn't think about before. So Um, in this scenario, I'm thinking I'm going to be Green Bay Garchomp's Havoc's team. I'm going to build from his perspective because, my boy Havoc, I have faith he's going to go far. Uh, and I guess I'll go against the Miami Lions. I'll build as if I'm going against that team, that boy's team. So, the first thing I do when I'm looking at team matchups is I look to see, do I have one single Pokemon that just destroys, that just punches holes in a large chunk of their team? And if we look, I'm really liking Excadrill. Excadrill one shots Victini, can one shot Deancey, uh, can wreck Mimikyu, can destroy Cobalion, can do a lot of damage to Tantrum, can do damage to Ribombee, do a lot to Heliolisk. So over 50% of his team really, Excadrill just destroys. So 100% I'm bringing Excadrill. Now at the same time, I'm making the assumption that that boy knows I'm bringing Excadrill. So we go Team Builder, we go Excadrill. I don't choose moves or movesets at all until I've got the 6 Pokemon I'm going to use. Uh, so we know we're bringing Excadrill. Let's look. Let's look at Megalodios. How does Megalodios do? It's our Mega. It's the star of our team, or maybe the star of our team. So looking through, Megalodios does well against Deancey, does well against Victini, does okay against Rotom Wash, doesn't do too hot against Mimikyu, does okay against Cobalion, does fine against Linoon. As long as does fine against Linoon, but like if that's a Linoon running Shadow Claw and makes a good prediction, then Latios could be taking 40. Latios could be taking like 40%. So I gotta keep that in mind. Donphan can pick off Latios if he's low, so I gotta keep that in mind. Tyrantrum, Latios cannot fight Tyrantrum if he's got like a D-Dance up, so I've got to think about that. But if it's just base on base, I think Latios probably does fine. Ribombee does okay. I mean, I'm not too scared of like a Moonblast for Ribombee. Do like what, 50% or something? I don't know. I'd have to calc it, but I know it's not going to OHKO without like a Quick Radiance or something. Savali, meh. Heliolisk does okay. Morantis does okay. So I know Megalodios doesn't really have any bad matchups. So for now, gotta bring it, unless of course find a better Pokemon. So let's go Latios. I'm just gonna continue down the list with Tornadus T. And already I'm seeing Tornadus does not have the greatest matchup spread. There's like 6 Pokemon like Mega Deancey, even Victini with like a Bolt Strike, Rotom Wash, like a Stone Edge for Cobalion, Stone Edge for Donphan and Tyrantrum, Heliolisk. Tornadus T is not looking like the greatest bring. If I have like a six spot left over, we might consider Tornadus T then. But for now, I'm not gonna bring it. Primarina, looking like a good bring, especially because we're bringing Excadrill. So whatever is going to come in and threaten Excadrill, Primarina can pretty much take care of it. So like Scarf Victini, not going to do it too much to Primarina. Primarina also can beat Mega Deancey. Doesn't do too hot against Rotom Wash, of course, but more often than not, we can assume that that's kind of going to be like a bulky support Rotom Wash. Um, And in that case, we probably do okay. Still don't want to take too many volt switches, but we'll do okay. Mimikyu, okay. Kabalion, okay. Linoon, fine. Donphan, great. Tyrantrum, great. Ramambi, meh. Heliolisk, worst matchup. Lurantis, not a good matchup either. But most of these matchups are fine with Primarina. So Primarina's going to find a spot. So we've already got 3 of our 6. Um, I would normally just continue down the list, but I want to make sure at least I get probably one NU and one RU pick. I always like your lower tiers are very important, and if you when you draft your lower tiers, if you don't think about them, you're gonna regret it later when you actually need one of them. So I want to make sure at least one of them shine. So let's just drop down to like Mesprit. Mesprit can do a lot of things. It can be kind of supporty, or it can be like an all-out attacker with like an E-belt or something. And looking through its team, Mesprit does like it does okay. Probably find something better. Excelgor. Excelgor's not looking too hot. Pangoro. I actually like Pangoro's matchup with like everything except for Victini and Megadiancy. Because both of those are maybe not so much the Victini. V-Create will hurt, but definitely the Megadiancy is an issue for Pangoro. But I'm kind of liking Pangoro. So I think I'll throw him on there. Pangoro. Man, Pangoro's got base 58 speed. That's awful. So we got 4 Pokemon. Let's keep going up. Arcanine. Against like everything but like Mega Diancie and Renoir, she actually does pretty well. Well, it doesn't do too great against Tarantula. Depends if I can get a burn. If I A, get the Intimidator, B, get a burn. Because I'm thinking support Arcanine or utility Arcanine will actually do pretty well here. So let's bring that Arcanine. And then at this point, this is where I want to stop. We got 5 Pokemon, so we got most of the core of our team. I want to look to see if I have any weaknesses. Like, am I accidentally bringing 4 Pokemon that are weak to ice or something? Because that's something, definitely can take advantage of if I do that and don't realize. So looking at our team, we got 2 water weaknesses, but we got 2 water resists. That's good. 1 fire weakness, 3 resists. That's great. 2 fairy weaknesses, but 2 resists at the same time. So 2 ground weaknesses and 1 immunity. So we do have a little bit of a ground weakness, but it is only slight. So that's 6 Pokemon. We might be able to patch that up. So let's look for our 6 Pokemon. Let's keep in mind for our 6 Pokemon, we're wanting to patch up this ground weakness, which leaves us with Mesprit or Tornadus. Tornadus didn't have the greatest matchup spread in the world. Mesprit fares a little better. So I'm thinking probably going to bring Mesprit. So let's pop Mesprit. So he is a good 6. And I'm not saying this is the best because I didn't even go over all the Pokemon. If we look, Roserade does real well against Mega Diancie and Rotom Wash. Actually, do I have an answer currently for Rotom Wash? I got like Mold Breaker, Excadrill, Ignore Levitate. That's not great. I guess E-Belt, because Mesprit gets like what, Energy Ball? So it could be better for us to bring Roserade. Gives us another Mega Diancie check, which is always nice. Um, a good Rotom counter. Good for Don Fan. Decent against Tyrantrum. Yeah, I'm actually liking Rosary, so I'm actually gonna pop Rosary on here instead. Rosary. So now we got 6 Pokemon. This is where I'm gonna start building sets. And up until the actual battle, uh, my sets tend to change slightly. Um, but I'm a firm believer in trying to do one and done. Because your first instinct, like they say, your first instinct is like probably correct. It's true. Um, I'll try to stay confident in my team builds, but I do tweaks. So it's like an Excadrill. This is not a sand team. It's not so sand rush and everything. Not happening. So we're going Mold Breaker. Look at this team. I just want to confirm real quick. That he does not have sticky webs, and I don't think he does, so let me double check real quick. Ribombi does indeed get sticky webs, and that could be a problem. Does Sarantis get sticky webs? I don't think so. No. So we could bring offensive Scarf with Rapid Spin, and then just in case have Defog and Latios. It's not a great solution, but based on what our actual entire draft is with Havoc's team, those would probably be our options anyways. We'd have Defog Tornadus, and that's it, because the Latios next go. So let's go with that Scarf, Mold Breaker, Rapid Spin, Earthquake, Iron Head, and then we want to do that boy's team. Earthquake Rockslide or Earthquake Iron Head pretty much cover everything on his team, so that does give us some room here. So we could do a couple things. We could bring Stealth Rock or Toxic. I love Scarf utility. And all the teams I make, there's usually whoever my Scarfer is running one utility move, because a lot of people don't expect it. That does change a little bit when you get some of the more experienced people, especially people who actually watch your batches week by week, and they start noticing you're running a Scarf utility, they'll prep for it. So Scarfed Rock wouldn't be terrible either. I very much like Rocks against this team for the Victini. So for now, I'm gonna bring Rocks. And max speed, max attack is just fine. When you're running Scarfed, you pretty much always want to go Jolly. Unless there's some specific case where it doesn't matter. Like if you're for sure you know who their Scarfer is going to be, and Adamant Scarf still outspeeds their Jolly or whatever Scarf, then yeah, you can run Adamant. But in this scenario, we're just gonna go Jolly just to be safe. Mega Latios, which means we're running Latiosite. Levitate. Like I said, just in case, we're running Defog. Gotta run that Draco. And then we gotta look at his team and see what kind of coverage we need here. Surf's not looking that bad. Oop. So we could run Surf. We'll put that on there for now. And then a fourth move. Draco should like Oko Victini in a ways, so it's not like I'm gonna run Shadow Ball or something. Like against all of his Pheromons, kind of like a Lurantis, Heliolisk, Lion Victini, Draco should do fine. Um, the question is he gonna run his? If he brings Rotowashi, he does bring defensive Rotowashi. He's gonna run physical or special defense. I'm thinking he's gonna run it. He could definitely run it specially defensive. This being the beginner league, I'm going to make the assumption that Datboy wouldn't consider Mold Breaker Excadrill. So he's probably thinking, I got Levitate, I don't have to worry about Excadrill. I want something bulky to take on Mega Latios. So I'm going to bring Special Defensive Rotom. So at that point, we can bring Psyshock. Latios is faster than his... Let me look up Mega Diance's speed. It's a speed tie. So just in case, we're gonna run max speed. Actually, wait, I'm being stupid. What's Mega Latios' speed? 110. So yeah, it's speed tie, assuming he's running max speed. Diancie. 9 times out of 10, we don't want to make that risk unless it's like absolutely necessary. Then we can risk speed tie surf to see if we can, get some good damage. Primarina. Because like his 2 electric types are special, and Diancie more than likely is gonna be running, besides Diamond Storms, we'll be running probably like Earth Power and stuff, or maybe Moonblast. I'm thinking we want to go with Assault Vest, Primarina, Hyper Voice, Liquid Voice, or Liquid Voice makes our sound base moves Water type, so Hyper Voice is definitely key. Moonblast. Man, Hyper Voice Moonblast kind of deals with his entire team. Is there anything it doesn't? I guess we go to get Focus Blast. No. Psychic's interesting. Ice Beam's also interesting. Psychic doesn't do anything for me. I can bring Ice Beam. Go against Durantis and Tyrantrum, although Moonblast is better against Tyrantrum. And then we can bring a move. We can be cheeky and bring Aqua Jet because we need to pick something off real fast. Because we are running Assault Vest, we can't, of course, we can't take non-damaging moves. So like a Toxic would be out. Um, yeah, this 4th move is just a flavor pick, and because I like to be cheeky, I probably am just gonna go with Aqua Jet. I think it's funny. When you're running Assault Vest, almost every time you want max health, and we're gonna go Modest. This should absolutely just come in, punch a hole. One thing we really gotta watch out for is like Lurantis, because with Assault Vest we're hitting like right at 400. So unless it's like specs or electric plate or e-belt or something, a normal volt switch or discharge or thunderbolt won't kill at all, and we could probably get a kill or some solid damage. Uh, Now Pangoro, I like Pangoro's matchup with things, but X controls are Scarfer. So this begs the question: do we run double Scar or do we run double Assault Vest? I'm thinking not. I'm thinking at this point that we're gonna want to bring up a smoke on calculator. We actually want to look up to see if all right, so a berry won't let us live a moonblast. That's not even max special attack. Damn. But against everything else, man, people do so well. So for now, I am going to bring I'm bring a Lumberry set because I know that when Rotom sees this Pangoro, the first thing he's gonna want to do is throw out a Will-O-Wisp. So bring an Earthquake for that. We want Parting Shot because Parting Shot is just a fantastic move. We want Knockoff. But Drain Punch though. Drain Punch, Iron Fist. It's good recovery. It's decent recovery. But I think we're gonna go Hammer Arm. So the only Pokemon this set can't touch is the Rabombi, and of course, even against a fairly weak Rabombi, Pangoro is not living a hit. I could check to see if maybe I could speed creep somebody. Looking at his team, the only Pokemon I'd probably be able to speed creep, it's like Donphan. I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, I'm naturally faster than Donphan, so I need to speed creep Donphan. And I guess Donphan could speed creep me, so I could put in just enough to, put in case Donphan's trying to speed creep, which is unlikely. We're gonna go Adamant. Um, Unless you're running Assault Vest, anything that's bulky, you throw leftovers on it. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. We want Will-O-Wisp, Morning Sun, Flare Blitz, and then a fourth flavor move. Do you get Iron Head. The question is, can Arcanine. It can live a Diamond Storm after Intimidate, because if we make you -1, we're barely living either. What does an Ironhead do? Oh, it's so cheeky. But I mean, I'd just essentially be sacking Arcanine for uh Deontay. I don't like that. If I can't think of anything better, we'll run Ironhead. We can always do Extreme Speed to pick something off. To which we would then probably get rid of Aqua Jet. Um, Also, don't be afraid to look at the usually useless moves. Because in Draft League, you want to utilize everything you can. But in this case, there's nothing there that'll help us. Um, it's kind of hard. I guess we could run, I guess double priority really doesn't. Base Arcanine outspeeds Hermitron Donphan. Should outspeed Lydon. Outspeeds Cabalion. Except the Tyrantrum is likely to be very likely to be Dragon Dance. So if you use 265, I could try to speed creep the Tyrantrum, assuming it's gonna be max speed, and just get out a Will-O-Wisp. But do I think the Tyrantrum's coming? Let's get their Dat Tyrantrum. That matchup versus my team. He doesn't have the greatest matchup, but he doesn't have the worst. Like the Pokemon he'd have to look out for are Excadrill, Lottie, but that's kind of Primarina. You have to look out for Mamoswine. You have to look out for Terrakion. You have to look out for Roserade. Everything else, that Tyrantrum does pretty well. So I'm thinking it could be worth it to outspeed it. So we want to be at 266. If your Pokemon's weak to, if your Pokemon's weak to rocks, always have your Pokemon an odd number. And then 100 in attack, just so we do some damage. And we could be adamant. And then last, but certainly not least, is our Roserade. Our Roserade pretty much punches holes in his entire team. So this becomes a question. So I want a double scarfer, and I think I just want to run an expert belt, natural cure, and then has things like leaf storm, sludge bomb. Do anything good against Shadow Ball? We definitely want Shadow Ball for Victini, because Victini is very likely switching to Rose Raid. Synthesis. And we'll just make it fast. Um, do we need to be timid? I think probably not. I think we can afford to be modest. All right, so tentatively, this would be my first draft team going against that boy. The biggest threat on his team, of course, are both Victini and Mega Diancie. So we want to make sure we can handle both of those Pokemon. We got Arcanine. Actually, you know what? I'm thinking instead of Third Blitz, we hit him with that. We hit him with that Crunch. I like this. We got Arcanine can perfectly deal with Victini, as can Primarina. You always want at least two. And if that Victini is not scarfed, um, once again, Excadrill just kind of comes in, mollywops. But we want to fish around. We want to fish to see if that Victini is scarfed. Latios also does a heck ton to uh, Victini. So we got like four of our Pokemon absolutely can handle Victini. Got a mild check in Roserade where a Shadow Ball on a good switch in. Uh, and Pangoro on a switch in. Absolutely. Next is Mega Diancie. We have Primarina. Um, you know what? Instead of Parting Shot, it might be worthwhile to have Bullet Punch. Because Pangoro, we'll just say it's Choice Band. A non-Iron Fist. Two-hit KO. So if there's any chip on this Diancie, Bullet Punch will kill. And of course, we're running Earthquake for Rotom. And we can predict the Diancie to come in. Next, of course, I don't know if I already said Primarina, but Primarina. Scarfed Excadrill is absolutely key to this Diancie. This Diancie has absolutely no answers for it. Roserade, now, is a good check, not a counter, because Diancie could run something like Psyshock, which I'm just going to double check. I don't think that's super common on Diancie's, Mega Diancie's, but Psychic Psyshock, that boy could run it. We don't know. You know, we could be expecting Diamond Storm, Moonblast, Earth Power, and then a fourth flavor move. Whether that move is Rock Polish, whether it is Stealth Rocks, uh, it's not gonna be Stone Edge. That'd be weird. Toxic Sub. whatever. So, but just to be safe, we're gonna run through the rest of his Pokemon, make sure we have at least a couple answers for it. Mimikyu, Bullet Punch, Pangori can take care of the disguise. Excadrill, Arcanine are good checks. So is Roserade. Mimikyu also, I can't think, probably can't do a whole lot to Primarina. I just want to double check that Mimikyu doesn't get some sort of like Wood Hammer or something I'm not prepared for. Well, by God, it does get Wood Hammer. That'd be really good prep with that boy to bring Wood Hammer. Mimikyu. But if he brings Wood Hammer, he is sacrificing some other move. So we'll have to fish for it. Uh, perhaps make a double. If he's out, if he and Primarina are out, double into Arcanine. See if he goes for that Wood Hammer. See if he's going for a Swords Dance. He shouldn't Swords Dance against Primarina, I wouldn't think. I would think he'd just go straight for the attack. Gabalion. We can burn it with Arcanine, which would make it useless. We've also got Pangoro, Primarina, Latios, Excadrill, Linoon. We've pretty much got everybody. Not a threat. Donphan, Primarina, Latios, Roserade, Tyrantrum. We've got Excadrill. We could burn it with Arcanine. We've also got Roserade. Actually, at least start with Roserade. Actually, won't one-hit KO it. It's neutral, but it'll do some decent damage. Pangoro can absolutely one-shot it. So can Primarina. So not too worried, even if it is Dragon Dance set. Ribombee, not going to do too much damage to us, but we do have the Excadrill. We do have Roserade and Primarina. Silvally is one of those Pokemon is kind of hard to prep for because it can run a couple different things. But regardless of what it runs, Excadrill, Pangoro, Arcanine should be able to handle it. Heliolisk, all of our Pokemon, Heliolisk can't do too much to, aside from Primarina and Lurantis. Again, pretty much everyone can check the Lurantis except for Primarina. So this is my prep. This is probably what I'd bring. Again, you should always, whenever you team build, you should always get a second opinion. So send your team build to a friend. So like, hey, did I miss anything? Am I, are X and Y Pokemon a bigger threat than I'm thinking they are? What should I do? So always get a second opinion. Team build together. Don't team build alone. If you have the opportunity to team build with a friend, team build with a friend. Because, you know, you're not going to realize your own mistakes most of the time. You're going to look at, you know, you're going to look at your team and go, oh, that's fine. You might not notice that you're missing EVs or that you have 3 moves. Both those things have happened to me because I didn't run my team by somebody. And it's kind of a bummer. Um, but I hope me going through this has really helped, somebody. Again, like the TLDR is you want to find that one Pokemon that really does well. In essence, you want to find your win con, which is the Pokemon that's going to win you the game. The Pokemon you have to keep alive and healthy to win you the game. And in this case, our win con is probably Excadrill. Excadrill just does so much to his team, to every single Pokemon. It is insane. And when you're fighting, you want to identify their win con. What's the threat on their team? And you want to figure out what items everyone's bringing. So I always recommend people to always play defensively at the beginning because you want to try to fish out sets, items, and strategies. you want to see if your opponent's playing aggressively. Are they making a lot of doubles? Are they trying to make those really good predictions, or are they sort of surface level battling? Whatever's in front of them, that's what they're dealing with. And after a couple turns, and you sort of figure out their game plan, that's when you can be more aggressive. So, like I said, I really hope this helps somebody. And if you have any questions, you can always hit me up. At Boykeepoo. Um, I did this one without Maki, but Maki is always also open to helping people. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy this and good luck in your future battles.